like I've been out. Sleeping Lady here is more. Alright, I'm here at Barnes & Noble because I want to see if there was one book here that I wanted. But yeah, here's the entrance. And this is literary fiction here. In the end will all become good stories. I don't know where good came from, but it says, in the end will all become stories by Margaret Atwood. The Berry Pickers, a novel. Amanda, a bee sting. Paul, The Cemetery of Untold Stories. Housemates, The Book of X. Glorious Exploits. Burnham Wood. Look at all these nice pictures. But I'm gonna go ahead and start going here instead. And this here says Murder and Mischief. Murder and Mischief. Murder and Mischief. Original Sin, President Biden's decline, its cover-up, and his disastrous choice to run again. Oh my gosh, scary. This is $5 off. I just went to go get my nails done. As you see here, just got my nails done. French manicure. And I also got my pedicure for the first time in a long time. And I actually got the first time as a French tip on my pedicure. So I'm very excited about that. But this is the missing half. Ashley Flowers. By Ashley Flowers, $5 off. The Perfect Divorce, Till Death Do Us Part, yours, not mine. That sounds creepy. And I was actually debating if I should get an iced coffee, iced coffee, iced coffee, iced coffee, iced coffee. I would get an iced coffee. I only had a coffee this morning. That was like at 8 o'clock or 7:45, and I feel like I need to pick me up. I don't want to have energy drink. I was actually debating whether I should have like an energy drink or a cold coffee, and I don't have the energy or the motivation to have the energy drink. I feel like my body's so pooped on having so much energy drinks at work. So I'm probably just gonna skip the energy drink, and then I'm going to have iced coffee, iced coffee, iced coffee, iced coffee, iced coffee. Fat Eater and Other Names for Kira Zhang. I'm going on the side that I really usually don't go towards. I usually don't go towards this aisle, but I thought that it looks so satisfying to look at all the covers of the books, all the hardcovers. And These Days by Lucy Caldwell, The Boy from the Sea, a novel. There was a movie that I never watched. It was from 2022, and I remember a lot of hype going about that movie, and I like held it off for so long, and I finally watched it like a year or two ago, and it was so good. It's called Where the Crawdads Sing. Where the Crawdads Sing. Where the Crawdads Sing. That was actually a really good movie. Like, I can't even imagine how the book is going to be. But I'm not gonna read the book. I'm not interested in the book. The movie was enough for me, and there was lots of twists and turns. And if you haven't watched Where the Crawdads Sing, you should actually watch it. And this is We Could Be Rats. Speak to Me of Home. Number one best-selling author of American Dirt, American Dirt, American Dirt, American Dirt, American Dirt, America, and Dirt. The Measure, Lush. And that reminds me, today is Wednesday, the 29th. Is it the 29th? I think it is. Either the 28th or 29th. Hold on. Alright, today is Wednesday, the 28th. And it's my day off, so that's why I came here to get the book and tap on some things for you guys. Public ASMR. The Savage Noble Death of Babs Dion by Ron Curie. Curie? The Catch, a novel. But yeah, today's my day off, and I was gonna mention that I'm gonna actually, this reminded me of the Lush products that I have at home, and I'm gonna do a Lush bath. And I'm just gonna use like a hair mask and wind down or read, and use a face mask as well. That's gonna be lovely. The Bright Year, Sarah Damoff. Barnes & Noble is such a vibe. Homeseeking by Carissa Chen. 888 Love and the Divine Burden of Numbers. And yeah, books are very satisfying to tap on. The Unwanted. ISOL. Sons and Daughters, a novel, Chame Grade. And I just like watching and looking and observing and gazing around all these hardcovers. The Story She Left Behind. Loca. Alejandro Heredia. And this is by Patty Callahan Henry. One Good Thing, a novel. I think I already read that. And that looks like it's $3 off. Edition. Blackwood's Blue Sky, a novel. Last Twilight in Paris. Last Twilight in Paris. The director. This looks like it's a novel. And it looks like it's placed in the 50s. Like the mood is in the 50s. Judging by her outfit. I don't know why I reversed it, but it says we do not part. Nobel Prize, interesting. Winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature, Han Kong. Author of The Vegetarian, winner of the International Booker Prize. The Lion of Women, Tehran. Storybook ending. Looks like it's in a library or something. Home of the American Circus. Oh yeah, I could feel that texture. Feeling the texture, but can you hear the texture? Satisfying. Look at that. Lucky night. When women were dangerous. I don't know why I said dangerous. I don't know how I skimmed it and seen dangerous. But it actually says when women were dragons. Revelations. And every morning the way home gets longer and longer. God shot. Chelsea. Beaker. I don't know how to say that last name. The Museum of Human History. But right here, which is a book that looks like it interests me, I don't know. I'm looking at all these books. Look how satisfying that looks. This should be my thumbnail. I think out of all these books, I think that I would read, or I gravitate towards, I Will Blossom Anyway. I Will Blossom Anyway by Dish Up Boys. Shop Girls. Whoa, that's a nice texture. And this looks like it's a doll or a mannequin. And it says Shop Girls in Hot Pink, a novel by Jessica Anya Below, author of Mary Jane. A Book of Radiant Beauty, Lee Express. Gabrielle, bestseller author of The Postcard, Anne Burst and Claire Burst. Alright, I am now gonna make my way over to the book that I want to read. This is actually not the way that I would usually go. But yes, look at that. Look at all the books. Look at all the satisfying looking books that I wouldn't read. This is not the way I'd usually go, but I thought I would make a change and change it up. And I gotta record the floor while I'm going to my place because I don't want to record anybody. Queen Elizabeth. Blind date with a book. Look how pretty that is. Fantasy, an all-consuming work of literacy fantasy that is breathtaking both for its beauty and its suspense. Fiction, a bewitching historical fiction that will take you on a riveting journey of family secrets, betrayal, and resilience. Mystery, a completely original, sparkling, inventive, cleverly written story, quirky, humorous, lively, weird. That intrigues me. I would read this one here out of this pile. I like how it's written. And then mystery, a completely original, sparkling, inventive, cleverly written story. I already read that. Quirky, humorous, lively, and weird. And then I got fiction, a stunning contemporary story that explores the choices that make up a life and the regrets that can stifle it. I gotta look up that word. Fiction, a story of family, community, and optimism in spite of darkness. Brilliant and beautiful. Young adult fiction, what it's like to live lonely and unwanted and concerned, cornered by circumstance. There is rawness and violence here, but honest hope too. Young reader in enthralling adventure, shining with enchantment and the magic of the seasons. Contemporary romance and unputdownable friends to lovers romance with a little spice and humor. Fantasy, a classic fantasy novel full of enchantment, delicate, sensitive, yet powerful, absolutely lovely. And this is young adult fiction, a heart-rending tale of what might have been and mischances. Young adult fantasy, a breathtaking tale with a stunning magic system rooted deep in Chinese mythology and tea-making traditions. And then this says, fiction perfectly, mixture of sweet romance and deliciously tart wit. This book may make you believe in love before first sight. And that was Blind Date with a Book. Alright, I had to move on. So this little section here. It says New in Religion, Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood. New in Religion, Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood. We Who Wrestle with God. I think I read that the last time. Sister Sinner, the miraculous life and mysterious disappearance of Amy Semple McPherson. Why, as my therapist told me, practicing the way, be with Jesus, become like him, do as he did. The Church of Living Dangerously. Take your seat at the table. A Jesus-shaped life. C.S. Lewis. Undivided. What happens next? Jesus, take the wheel. Alright, I am now in the section that I'm always at Barnes & Noble. Look at all these satisfying boxes. A Good World, 50 scriptural insight cards, a box of verses, exploring the power and strength of God's word. I love that. Look at that. I love that. Bible promises. Do everything through him who gives me strength. And you can find that in Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. A marriage journal. Connect, communicate, and grow in love. The illustrated words of Jesus for women. Oh wow, butterfly, blue butterfly. But I have so much at home. Like I have 2 or 3 of these kind of devotionals. And they're like coloring, so I'm not gonna get that, but it looks really intriguing. 1 question a day with God, a 3-year journal. Oh wow, Bible is funny. Amazing Grace in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. Have a beautiful, terrible day. What in the world? Alright, Seeing Beautiful Again. Sure as the sunrise, sure as the sunrise, sure as the sunrise, sure as the sunrise. Let earth receiving her king. Oh, let earth receive her king. But my book should be somewhere around there, I'm guessing, because I think I seen it last time. Hopefully they have the book that I want. I actually never called in to see if they actually had it. I got 2 books from here like a couple of weeks ago, but I just never recorded. One is by Emma Jenkins, and then I don't remember who the other one is by. Ashley something. Lessons and Carols. Joy Baum, Taryn Wells, love his songs. Jesus Over Everything. Help is on the way. The Hope of Heaven. I am now looking for my book that I want. It's by Sarah Jake Roberts. Is it here is my question. I got a book by her the last time. I just never ended up reading it. It's not that I don't want to read it. I just have so many books that I read and I stop in the middle. Then I jump onto the next book, and then I have lots of books that I need to finish. But this one, I was reading it on review, and I feel like I'll really benefit from it. But this is by Sarah Jakes Roberts, and it's called Power Moves, Power Moves, Power Moves. Let me just focus for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and start looking. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I think I found it. Well, it's actually the wrong one. It's the Power Moves Study Guide, a book companion study, what the Bible says about you, how you can reclaim and redefine your God-given power, inspired by Sarah Jakes Roberts. Okay, I didn't want the study guide, but I do want the actual book, and this is how the book looks like. I actually want to find that one. Hopefully it's here. I'm gonna actually ask an associate here shortly, because I haven't found it yet. But look at that. There's actually a study guide to the book. Okay, I actually had to ask an associate if they do have Power Moves, the actual book, and not the study guide. They're gonna look in the back for me right now. I went over to customer service real quick. But I got this one. All hope is found. I still need to read this one, but I do want the book Power Moves. I really love Sarah Jakes Roberts' sermons and books and her encouragement. But yeah, they're checking for me right now. And while we wait, I'll just tap on these. Stoicism and the Art of Happiness. Unconditional. How a mother's love rescued her rebellious son. The Holy Longing. The Search for a Christian Spirituality. Ronald Holheiser. God Winks for Moms. True Stories. Oh, wow. I love true stories. God Wink, a sign of hope that seems coincidental, but that comes from a divine origin. In other words, it is a person-to-person message from God sent directly to you. In God Winks for Moms, you'll meet Darla, Brittany, Carol, Yvonne, and Vivian. Wow. Let's actually read something in here. Or actually, I'll save it for another time. I'm not gonna get this one, but I'll definitely get Power Moves, Power Moves, Power Moves. Alright, from the assistants and help from the associates at Barnes & Noble, they were able to find the Power Moves book. They have 3 in stock, so this is what I'm gonna get. Look how pretty and powerful and gorgeous and awesome and confident she looks. I love her bob. She's so gorgeous. Look at the makeup and the eyebrows. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this says, ignite your confidence and become a force. And it's by Sarah Jakes Roberts. And those were very, 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 very tempting to get these 2 or one of them. But I'm going to stick with the book. And it says, you won't believe how much more there is to you than this. That is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the register. And after this, I'm going to go to an appointment. And then I'll probably get a latte, like an iced latte, and then edit this video Wednesday, May 28th. Alright, my forget-me-nots. I hope that you received many tingles here at Barnes & Noble Public ASMR. And I'm so excited to read this book, Power Moves by Sarah Jakes Roberts. Alright, my forget-me-nots. I hope that you received many tingles. And until next time.